guys, Marty Schwartz here with Marty Music. We're going to talk about the CAGED system again. This time we're going to dig into that A shape. I think it'll be helpful for you. Also, thanks for supporting what I do here, Marty Music. I would appreciate so much if you were to subscribe to the channel and click that bell notification. It really helps me out, and I really, really appreciate that support. All right, let's do it. All right, be sure to check out the video that I made a little while ago calling Make Your Chord Progressions Beautiful with the CAGED system, because this is the next step. So in that video, I talked about the C shape for playing chords, which looks like this. It comes from as if my finger was a bar and these three fingers made a C major looking shape. And the root is there on the A string, but then also on the B string. So from the C shape, I could play a D major chord like that. You know, a piece of it. This whole shape is hard, but the little piece is great and easy. I use it all the time. So that's part of the C shape, and it's called CAGED because not only does it spell out the word spells out the shapes, the 5 shapes we're using, but it's also C is the first shape, and then A is the next shape up of that voicing. So then G would be the next one, so forth and so on. So this video is going to be about the A shape, which is a really common shape we use on guitar. We see it as a bar chord. Like if I wanted to play a D major using the A shape, it looks like this. So let's just study that for a second. Remember, we're playing a D chord. So we've got the root right here on the 5th fret A string. And it's kind of like a capo, and then that finger's making that A looking shape. So that's the D major. 5th fret, 7, 7, 7. Like that. However, we can just study that a little bit and look at little pieces of it, just like we did with the C shape. So right away, we've got classic power chord comes from that shape. Right? The super power chord where you add the octave. Then you have 4 notes like that. But that means also you could just play these 3 notes. And then you also have the high E on the 5th fret. So you can play this voicing, this triad. And so the root's right there. That's a D note, just like that one. So on the G string, the D note is the 7th fret. And then I have the 7th fret B. And then I can grab the 5th of the chord. That's what the interval is called, but it's also happens to be the 5th fret. So that's a different way to a different voicing of D major. So there's that C voicing. What is that from the CAGED system? The D shape, right? So it's kind of a trick question. Okay, so now I'm going to take a classic progression. Just keep it real easy. D to G. So the A from the CAGED, the A voicings for that progression would be this D major chord. And then we would find the G major chord, which is going to be 10th, that's a G note, 10th fret on the A string. But remember, we can play the little triads. And later that's going to come in handy to have other fingers free to be doing embellishing off of that. So I'm playing D to G. So let's look at the C voicings for D to G. It would be this one for D. So that's 4th fret, 4th fret, 2nd fret, 3rd fret. That's D. Slide it up here, and it's G. So D, G, D, G. And so then you now have different combinations. If you're just talking about the C shape and the A shape of caged or caged system, you have combinations now. D, play the open G, D, G up here with that same voicing. Now I'm going to do the A voicing. Now do, that's the C voicing for D. And the D. So those nice little upper register triads. And then the more you can visualize those over improvising melodies and like lead guitar, the more of these shapes you get comfortable with, the more you can superimpose them visually over progressions. Like if you all of a sudden something hits a G chord, you can see that. And then be able to see it here. So that A shape, and we're going to talk more about it as I, finish this little series where I talk about the CAGED, C-A-G-E-D. So that was A. We already talked about C, but review it. Review the other video where I talk about the C shape even more, and then now see how that A fits in there. So like for a C chord, you can really see that C shape, and then the next shape is A. C, A shape, C shape for C, A shape, and then you've got the G shape. Then the classic E shape. And then the D shape, which you can also do like that. but it's just as important, or if not more, to visualize them to understand the fretboard than it is to just like go, oh, I know each shape to play, you know, a rhythm with. So that's the A shape. Dig in. All right, hope you guys enjoyed the lesson. Thank you again. Feel free to request stuff in the comments below, and while you're down there, appreciate you liking and subscribing here to Marty Music. Thanks again. See you later.